Hi everyone and welcome back to the Daily High and Low. Our first card up is Mox Amber from Dominaria 2018. Now this card has been as high as $65.50 US and as low as $7.49 US, which shows the massive variance of a card like this before it was reprinted in the Brothers War. When we take a look at cards like this, you can see an increase of 226% since July 2019 all the way through to February 2023. Now our next card up is a newer card. This is Atraxa the Grand Unifier Showcase Edition. This card, when it first got released, was $28.85 in January of 2023. Now it's $12.28 US, and we are seeing the variance right away on a card like this because it's just been released and players are testing it out to see how desirable the card will be, which means overall only a decline of 3% or $1.10 off the current market value of this card. A very interesting thing to keep an eye on. Now, our next card coming up today is going to be Elesh Norn, the Mother of Machines. Now, this card started very high at $79.32 US as of January 2023, but now it's dropped as low as $44.10 US. When we take a closer look at this card, it is not finding a lot of use right now inside the standard of Arena, but you know what? When this game gets out there, we see it inside Commander. That low price of down 44% or $35.22, we'll probably start seeing a bit of a bounce back on an epic card like this, just waiting to be played in Commander more frequently. Our next card, of course, is Elesh Norn, the Grand Symbiote. Now, this card has had quite the uptick with an all-time high of $32.82 with an all-time low of $10.10 US. This card has had a big price spike in the last couple of days here, and that's why we're seeing such a jump in the price tag along with the all-time high and all-time low. With this kind of pickup, you'll see it's not as low as it used to be. It's up 259% or $26.16 all the way back from 2012. What a great card for players to play with. And of course, we did talk about this earlier in 2022. Now our next card up today is the Craterhoof Behemoth. Now this one, of course, has seen quite the dip and quite the rise over the years. The high is $76.56, but the low is $2.28 way back in July of 2012. A card like this obviously did not have its heyday until Commander really got going, when players started to realize how effective a card like this would be, giving all those creatures +X+X. Now, this card is up 1,630% or $37.38 as of 2023 in February, but that's because, again, it wasn't having a home before Commander got started. Our next card is the Great Henge from Throne of Eldraine. Now, a card like this, when you compare it against Mox Amber, it's due for a reprint. $66.42 is the high. The low is $11.50 US, which means a card, when you pair it off against Mox Amber, it just shows a great card like this is destined for a reprint. It could happen as early as this year when we go back to Eldraine. We'll have to wait and see, at least if it makes the list slot in a card like this. It's had an increase of 469% or $54.92 from November 2019 all the way through to February of 2023. A great card that a lot of players are just hoping gets a reprint faster. Now our next card is Jeweled Lotus. A lot of players, including myself, thought this was going to end up being a $30 card, but it really didn't go. Its high has been $120 US as of November 2020. The all-time low is $69.69 as of November 2020. Which means a card like this really has not moved that much in its life cycle so far. It's an amazing card. It does see Commander play, and it's one of those cards that's skirted around the reserve list and people have enjoyed it. So it has had a drop of $7.75, but only $8.55 since its inception. This is not a $30 card, and if it doesn't get a reprint, it's going to continue going up in price, or players are going to crack more Commander Legends, the original. Not Baldur's Gate, the original Commander Legends. Now our next card today is going to be Steam Vents, and this is Zendikar Expeditions, okay guys? I wanted to show you how the variants on cards like this have been. This card's been as high as $216.55. The low is $74.93 US, all the way back in 2017. So this card has had consistent, well-rounded value in the card. It also has not been reprinted in this artwork or this particular frame style, as the Expeditions have been left alone since they've been brought around in 2015. Now, when you look at this, it has had a drop of $10.45 or $22.66 from September 2021 all the way through to February 2023, which is, as long as we don't see the expeditions, the inventions, or the evocations reprinted, we're going to see continued slow growth in cards like these, in my opinion. Now, the last card is a reserve list card. That is Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale. I wanted to show the variance, the highs and lows of a card like this. The high for this card is $9,464 2021 February. The low is $301.88 way back in 2012. Look how far a card like this has come on the reserve list. When you see the value, it's shocking to see a card that stops creatures, doesn't tap for land, but is such a show-stopping card can be this high. And when you look at that value, you realize it's gone up 1,360% or $4,108. Guys, it is a crazy change. Thanks for watching the Daily Highs and Lows. And of course, a special thank you and shout out goes out to all the fantastic patrons, the supporters of this channel who make content like this possible each and every day. I really hope everyone enjoys the video. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Thanks a lot for being here, guys. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. A big thank you and shout out goes out to all the supporters of the channel who watch my content each and every day, supporting it, helping it grow, and helping me reach a broader audience. To all the new subscribers who have joined the channel lately, thanks again for being here. Your support is really felt. I can see it in the numbers, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for being here. I can't wait to see people tomorrow. And at the end of this video, we're going to put the highs and lows. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks again.